high above here in Miami. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right, and the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Adebayo.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
And now the Lakers starting group. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. JaVale McGee is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Bradley in at the 1. And for the Heat, they've got Adebayo. Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at point guard. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
Here's Nunn. Outside Butler. Over James. Rebound by JaVale McGee. LeBron against Robinson. James, no good. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Pass to Nunn. Pass to Robinson. Butler with the ball. Trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Charlotte. Outside Bradley. And he banks in the layup.
Don't kid yourself about Avery Bradley. He's thin, but he's surprisingly strong, and he's tough.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Bradley. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
3 straight misses to begin this contest, and already starting to look frustrated.
Trying to get open is Davis, and that one's good by LeBron.
Doesn't let the contact affect the shot. Great focus by LeBron.
And the last few years, not what we're used to seeing from Avery Bradley on offense.
You're right. His percentages are lower. Overall points are down. It just hasn't been easy for him moving around a lot. You want him for his defense, but you just hope the scoring can pick up.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And it's Butler missing.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Outside Bradley. Now here's James. 29 points for him last game against Houston.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Danny Green. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Avery Bradley. Now here's Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. Shot clock at 6 to stop the run. The shot that time not on target. And the Lakers going the other way now. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played. Yep, that one goes.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And there's the pass to Olynyk. Heat moving the ball around. Oh, he's going up. Oh, goodness. Where did that come from?
I loved it.
That was beautiful.
Love and desire in his play.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Morris is out there with Howard. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Rondo. Off target from outside. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for Miami. Trailing by 4. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Iguodala's running. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Butler, he's checked in for Hero. The Lakers also with a sub. James is checked in. Well, we've seen it before. We're certainly seeing it right now, Smitty. The super team phenomena. Is there anything the league can or should do about that?
What I think they can do is being able to allow players to sign a longer-term.
Iguodala has gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Caruso looking for an opening. Here's Howard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And inside is where Howard does the most damage, especially how he gets these calls.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. Shooting 2. No good on the free throw.
You know, Dwight Howard wants an MVP caliber performer, but age and injuries now affecting him. Still tremendous, I believe, at rebounding and defending the rim.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Green in for Rajon Rondo. And he's good on the sail. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the 1 spot. It's the group on the 4 for Miami. Davis with the bucket. You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
Here is McGee. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. And here's McGee. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Davis finds Green. 5 on the clock. Shoots from 14. That's tipped.
Creating points off turnovers has been key.
Now here is Robinson. After LeBron James's miss. It's stolen by Green. In the corner, it's James. And no good. And Miami the other way now. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's slammed in by Jones.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now here's LeBron. Here's Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
The problem with keeping AD off the glass, he times his jump so well, a graceful athlete in action.
Here's Butler. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the...
Oh!
Yes! Yes! Oh, my. See, you can't do that without great athleticism, and that's one thing AD brings to the party. You know, perimeter scoring more important than ever. However, Anthony Davis, an elite scorer who still gets it done inside.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Danny Green. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Bradley. And that one falls for Anthony. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Davis. Rondo kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Davis. The shot from the low post is good. The Heat trail by 7. So for the Lakers right now, Kyle Kuzma is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Howard. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Caruso in at the shooting guard position. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers. Right side, Rondo. And it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Hero. Silva. He's guarded by Caldwell-Pope. Here's Silva, and it's sent back by Howard.
And Howard takes his shot blocking very seriously. Skying up and sending him back was his impressive vertical.
But he gets it back. On its way from Caldwell-Pope for 2. And he gets it to go. Hitting off.
The defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
When he blocks shots, they are usually on a highlight reel.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Kuzma. The kick outside to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And Jones has it in the corner. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Los Angeles leading by 9. LeBron outside. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter of this one. He feeds it to Howard. Excellent D that time from Jones.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
You know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Lakers.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equals to 2 wins.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Davis.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
Here's Butler. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Green. Now Bradley. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
Been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.